I came across a beautiful French lady, and when I tried to approach her using French with bonjour madame, comment ça va, I got nervous, I stumbled over my words, and she couldn't understand what I said. And I was devastated. In Canada, we are all required to learn French in school as a second language, yet many students still find it very difficult to practice real-world conversational skills. It's quite obvious that as soon as you step outside the classroom, all that goes away. You have no one to talk with and no way to practice conversation. But even inside the classroom, much of the curriculum is focused on grammar, vocabulary, writing, which are all very important, but arguably the most important and the most difficult part of learning the language, which is the conversational skills, are not much present in the classroom. This gap between theory and practice in learning the language ultimately leads to frustration, disinterest, and hinders learning. And this problem isn't just limited to Canada, it's a global challenge. Many language enthusiasts around the world face similar barriers. Without access to native speakers around you and meaningful conversations, language learners miss out on a lot of opportunities to enhance their language skills. And also, this is not limited to just individuals. This affects our society as a whole and its bilingual identity. In this interconnected world of bilingual business and careers, it is very important that we have bilingual skills, and that is why I'm introducing LingoRiz, a platform that connects students from around the world and allows them to engage in conversations of their language of choice and to practice them and apply them into real-world settings. So, how does it work? Students from schools will input their primary language as well as their secondary language. So for myself, it might be the primary language of English and a secondary language of French, which is what I'm trying to learn. And we'll be paired up with a student from another school with compatible languages. And this will be the reverse languages. So this student may be a French speaker trying to learn English. That's what we call compatible students. How this will work is that through a video chat feature, students will be able to have meaningful one-on-one conversations with each other in their language that they're trying to learn. Now we understand that learning the language, speaking to a stranger on a virtual platform could at times feel a little bit intimidating. So to help this, we wanted to introduce generated prompts that act as combo starters, such as school-related topics, sports-related, culture-related, and things that allow them to break the ice and get the conversation started. As for some more logistics, students will be paired up randomly, just like if you use an app like Omegle, for example. You just press the app and it'll pair you with a random person based on what you've inputted. Second is that students will be able to log in and have access to LingoRiz from their school email. And this is very important because this ensures that it's only students on the platform, which we'll get to in a second. And third is that we'll have AI prompts that will follow the conversation to give prompts based off of what is currently being said in the conversation, and also keep track of what was actually said between students so that teachers can have feedback on what their students are talking about and if they're actually talking in the language that they were supposed to. This slide is a mini prototype of what it could look like, a video chat feature with a chat log of prompts that they may choose to follow. As for our initial rollout plan, our audience will start with 2 schools in Canada. So I go to Upper Canada College, which is a school in downtown Toronto, and we have a sister school called Lower Canada College in Quebec. And we would really love to use this opportunity because of the 1, pre-established relationship between these 2 schools, and 2, the fact that these 2 schools already have compatible languages, English and French for myself, and then French and English for Lower Canada College. From there, we can test the waters, learn what is successful and what needs to be improved before we expand to the entire world. From there, students in Canada will be able to talk with students in Asia, Europe, and honestly, anywhere that they want. It's good to mention that the target audience is schools and teachers, as they'll be the ones that are implementing this platform. So as for some technicalities, our platform is designed to have a strong focus on user experience, scalability, and security. LingoRiz will operate on a cloud-based server, which is a significant advantage for many reasons. In terms of scalability, they can accommodate a large number of users as well as a fast and rapid growing user base. Second is low maintenance. The cloud-based feature allows maintenance to be kept simple and at low cost. We will pay a monthly fee, or in this case it could be yearly, and our dedicated team can work on maintenance, bug fixes, and updates. And what about security? Because security is a very, very big issue. We're dealing with minors and children on our platform. So we take data security very, very seriously. With the cloud-based approach, it is inherently secure, but we still want to add additional protocols to ensure security so that our users know their data is secure and private. In terms of our competitors and our competitive advantage over them, our main competitors would be Omegle, HelloTalk, Duolingo, and the classic textbook. As for some of our advantages, there's 6 main ones that I want to touch on. The first one is that it is school-centered. All our users will be students, and it will make sure it is a high-quality user space and safe. Pardon my language, but on platforms like Omegle, there are very, very common instances of 40-year-old men who are basically predators on the app, meaning with their children, and we definitely do not want that for a language learning platform. Second is that it is academically focused. There'll be no rapping, jump scares, or magic tricks on our platform as we are trying to build language and hone our skills. Third is that it'll be monitored and regulated with AI and also recording so that teachers and our schools will know what's going on the platform. 4 and 5 kind of go together. These students will be of the same age range and in the same social group, such as a grade 9 and grade 10, 10, 11, or 11 and 12. Those will ensure that the things that they like to talk about, the things that they know, are all pretty in line. Right now, the people that are making our textbooks are 30 to 40-year-old adults that have no idea what kids are actually into or what they care about. Having students talk to each other in topics that they care about and they both have common interests in will be a great way to have them be engaged in the language learning process. And finally, it is interactive and practical, which actually solves the problem of learning languages. In my class, for example, I take Chinese at my school as my secondary language. There's Jewish students, Korean students, and Italian students that do not have the chance to talk in Chinese at home, like I do. They'll have the chance to practice these skills with other students through Lingoris. As for some financials, this will be a subscription model. We'll be charging schools $7,000 per year. This is derived from an average of 700 students per school, and that will cost to about $10 per student per year, which is about less than $1 per student, which is very, very good. And this is not being charged from the student's pocket, it's charged by the school, but given the value that this brings, this is definitely a good cost. We can also expand our cost or lower the cost depending on the user size. So I know schools in America, such as high schools, can have thousands of students, and we can definitely upgrade our costs to accommodate for more users. It is also important to note that the language learning sector has about a $52 billion market size with a CAGR of 20% for the next 10 years. So this is a great space to go into. As for some of our costs, we have 4 main costs. The first one is server hosting, which is going to be $24,000 per year. This is derived from about $2,000 per month, which is a pretty average starting point. Second is marketing, which will allocate $15,000 per year to for educational workshops and advertising to teachers and schools. The big one comes from maintenance and software development. Since our product is a software, we want to make sure it is of high quality, it is safe, and it runs well. So we'll be allocating $350,000 to that for our development team. And finally is a miscellaneous and research and development cost of $10,000 to work on new features, updates, and improvements. That amounts to about $400,000 of initial investment. And yeah, so please help me get the girl of my dreams judges and invest in Lingoris. Thank you.